Today, we're digging into one of the most recognizable ad campaigns out there. We're going to look past the catchy jingles and the funny mascots to see what's really being sold.
You know that jingle. Of course you do. It's designed to get stuck in your head, and man, does it work. But that familiar tune, it's really just the setup for a much bigger and way more interesting idea. Because the real message isn't just the company's name. It's the promise that comes with it, a promise that sounds absolutely fantastic. But what if that promise is more of a marketing masterpiece than a unique feature? Well, that's exactly what we're going to break down right here. Okay, so let's start by looking at the actual words, the full claim that this entire massive advertising budget is built around.
And there it is. Liberty Mutual customizes coverage so you'll only pay for what you need. Sounds pretty good, right? It suggests you get this special control over your policy, this level of savings that other companies just don't offer. But is that really true? And this is where things get really interesting. See, the company isn't technically lying, but what they are doing is creating a powerful and, you could argue, pretty misleading impression. The entire illusion, the whole magic trick, it all hinges on one little four-letter word: only. That one word is doing all the heavy lifting in this sentence, and it's what turns a simple statement into a killer marketing claim. Think about it. That word only implies exclusivity. It suggests that with other insurers, you're getting ripped off, forced to pay for things you don't even need. It creates this us versus them story, where Liberty Mutual is the hero saving you from wasting your money.
Now, there's actually a fancy linguistic term for this. It's called implicature. It's the art of stating a technical truth, and yes, they do customize coverage, but framing it in a way that nudges you, the listener, to assume something else that isn't true, that this customization is special and unique to them.
So what's the real story? How does this claim actually stack up against what pretty much every other insurance company does? Well, take a look at this breakdown. Choosing your deductible, adding rental reimbursement, deciding if you want towing coverage. These aren't special features. This is just how car insurance works. Every major insurer gives you this menu of options. It's the industry standard, not some unique benefit. And hey, don't just take my word for it. The National Association of Insurance Commissioners, the organization that actually sets the standards for the industry, says it plainly. Choosing optional coverages is just a normal part of the process. So let's put it all together here. On one side, you've got the myth, this linguistic illusion powered by that one little word, only. In the middle, you see the direct comparison, which shows that this basic customization is available pretty much everywhere. And on the other side, you have the reality. This is just the industry norm, confirmed by the experts. Now, to be fair, this doesn't mean every insurance policy is a carbon copy of the next. So what actually makes Liberty Mutual different, if it's not their so-called customization? First, let's look at the motive. This chart says it all. Liberty Mutual is a big company, no doubt, but it's way smaller than giants like State Farm. In a super crowded market where the core product is pretty similar, a compelling story isn't just nice to have, it's oxygen. It's how you stand out from the crowd. A great way to think about this is like buying a car. The basic chassis of an auto insurance policy, the core structure, is standardized across the entire industry. But the specific features, the add-ons, the trim packages, that's where companies can really differ. And Liberty Mutual does have some of its own unique trim packages. Things like better car replacement, where they'll replace your totaled car with one that's a model year newer, or their deductible fund, a program where you and the company both chip in to lower a future deductible. Now, these are real, tangible differences. But notice, these specific branded features are not what the main slogan is talking about. So, let's be crystal clear about this. This is not an accusation of fraud. Liberty Mutual is a solid company. They've got a top A rating for financial stability. They pay their claims. This is purely a critique of a very clever marketing strategy that takes an industry standard feature and makes it sound like a groundbreaking innovation. Okay, so what does this all mean for you? How can you actually take control and make sure you are, in fact, only paying for what you need, no matter who your insurance company is? Here is your playbook. First, grab your current policy's declarations page. That's the summary sheet. Then go through it and spot all those optional things you're paying for. Are you double paying for roadside assistance when you already have AAA? It happens all the time. Next, make conscious decisions about your coverage levels. And only then, after you know exactly what you need, should you start shopping for quotes. That's how you get a true apples-to-apples comparison. Because here is the ultimate takeaway. An emu, a catchy jingle, a clever slogan, None of that is going to protect you in an accident. The fine print in your policy, the actual contract, that's what does. So focus on your declarations page, not the advertising.
So I'll just leave you with this. When was the last time you actually read your insurance policy? Go on, take a look. You might be really surprised by what you find and what you've been paying for this whole time.